Hello Pisces, thank you for tuning into your love read. For the first half of the read, I'm going to do relationship. The second half is going to be singles. The main read is going to be done with the Morgan Greer Tarot by Paul Foster Case and Arthur Edward Waite. There you go, if you need to see that. Supportive cards by the Angel Answer, Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue and Radley Valentine. Excuse me. Already shuffled. Pisces, relationships. What do we got going here? I noticed we did the other side first. Alright, so I feel like the main issue here is something that your partner has going. This is in the position of what holds things back. I feel like this is what's starting the situation. They're trying to create a situation to their liking. We'll keep going because I'm not getting, well, it's a general read, so I guess that's why I'm not getting details. But the thing is, whatever they're trying to do, I feel like they're creating something from nothing. Like they're building something from scratch. And you're very supportive of this, which ironically is also in what's holding the situation back. Keeping it from moving to the next stage, I should say. And where we are now is also, I feel like this is the same. King of Swords for your partner, Judgment for you. Which makes me feel like they're creating it, the other person's creating it and communicating and saying what they want and going through the whole situation, and you're feeling like everything's on point. I find it ironic that the Judgment and the Empress are on your side, but the Empress, and I feel like the Judgment too, are what's holding the situation where it currently is. Because I feel like it hasn't begun yet. Has it begun? Hasn't begun yet, but it's like the planning stage. But it's like ready to go to the next level. Now, is this something that you're doing or your partner? You're doing it. So your partner's telling you what they want. Your partner has ideas, and you're on point with it. You're happy with it. You're thinking this is a good thing. This is good. Let's do that. But I feel like they're creating and communicating exactly what they want, and you're right on board with it. I feel like the reason this is like what's holding things back is because because it seems like it's taken a while to actually start. And it seems like when your partner stops communicating and walks away, that's when you seem to be on your strongest part here. That's when you're on your own, doing your part of this situation, or whatever is needed to be done. I feel like that's when you're in your strongest part here. That's where you're at your peak of this situation. So, your partner kind of lets you do what you need to do. That's the Three of Rods. I feel like they're letting you do what you need to do, and you got the victory card here. One of the victory cards here that I recognize as a victory card, the Six of Rods, which makes me feel like you're flourishing in this. Like they have complete faith that you're going to be able to handle this and do this, and so don't you. Now, the fact that you have to handle it on your own, I feel like the fact that you have to handle it on your own, there's a lot of respect and pride. Pride? I don't know if I want to use the word pride, but like you're very happy to do this. You feel very honored. I don't know if honored is the right word either. You're holding up your side, and it feels good to hold up your side, and you're doing what you need to do. For some reason, your partner can't have that much to do with it. I feel like this is more about what they want you to do, and then you have to do it mostly on your own. And it's a little stressful for them because I feel like they'd like to. 10 of Rods makes me feel like they'd like to be a part of this. They'd like to help you. And the Page of Pentacles, it's the page right below there. That's you. I feel like you'd also like them to be a part of it, but for whatever reason, they can't be, and you both seem to be in agreement that that's just how it is. So something needs to be done. They can't seem to do it. You have to do it. But you're both in agreement that this is how it has to go and this is going to work out for the best. I'm getting also with this victory card I'm getting the Ace of Rods with you, which means you're the one taking action. You're getting right out there and doing it. When you're left on your own to do what needs to be done, you go and do it. You get it done. You do what you have to do. I get unwavering faith here from your partner. This is the spiritual sense. It's the King of Pentacles, but I feel like they're very secure and stable with how they look at you and feel like this is going to be a success. They'd like to be a part of it, but they have complete faith that you're going to be able to handle it. This is very conducive, very nice reading so far. And the end is really good, so I'm kind of like, I don't see any type of hiccups. I feel like the whole thing here is about something you have to do on your own that's really not idealistic for you and your partner, but you both agree that this is how it has to be done. Your partner has complete faith in you. Your partner also seems to be dictating or creating the situation as they want, and you just seem to be going right along with it. But you're the one taking the actual action and getting things done. It feels like this is kind of like the outcome, but this is also what makes things better. I feel like this is the situation hitting its stable point. Whatever you need to do, I feel like you've garnered the success. The Pentacles here, I feel like is starting to reminisce with the King of Pentacles on your partner side. Like what your partner wanted to happen is that, for example, this Pentacle in this person's hand, you made this Pentacle happen for them. I feel like that's the reason I feel like you're making this happen for them. And when this goes into the future as something good, like you made it happen. And I feel like your partner's extremely happy and thankful. Like I feel like you're getting all that appreciation and adoration that you're looking for. Like this seems to be going out very well. Your partner definitely needed this to be done. And when the King of Swords and the Magician starts in the beginning here, I feel like it's just hashing out how it needs to be done. I feel like that's the most part. But when you have to do it on your own, you get out there, you do it, you make that happen. You make that Pentacle in the King's hand, you make it become a reality. You create that, you bring it into reality. And they're extremely happy and appreciative. I feel like a lot of adoration is coming your way. So everything seems to be going very well. I'm kind of curious why this seems to be coming up in a reading, because everything seems to flow very easily. So I'm wondering if it's just explaining out a situation, because it seems like everything seems to flow well. Like your partner seems to be making all the decisions, and I'm wondering if you're thinking or you're questioning if this is a good idea. I wonder if you might be even questioning if you can actually handle this on your own, if you have some doubts. Because everything seems like it flows, and the only like downside is how you both feel. Like your partner would like to be a part of it, and so when you like your partner to be a part of it, but they can't. And I'm wondering, in some situations, I'm thinking when the original plan comes in, you might be planning to do it together, and that might be the little difference here. You might be planning to do it together, but something takes them away. But whatever needs to be done. Like it can't wait. And you go ahead and you get it done anyway. So for some of you, I feel like that's the thing. When your partner was putting forth all these plans and you were agreeing and supportive of it, you thought it was going to be a team effort, and so didn't they. But something changed, and they had to step out for whatever reason, and it's stressful for them. And even though you'd both like your partner to be there, you're both very on agreement. You're both on the same page, it seems like, that they can't be right now. But you go out there and you get it done anyway. You go ahead and you take care of things. You start things. You finish things. You make what the King wants. The King of Pentacles, what the King wants, you make happen. And it makes the relationship very, very conducive. Very good. A lot of adoration. I feel like you're having more time with each other because of it. Like there's good times to be had due to this. Whatever you did, like I almost feel like the reason you did this, and went ahead and did it and didn't wait, is because you know if you took care of it now, you guys could have more good time together, more enjoyment time together. Okay. I think we're good with the, what do you call it? Relationship for Pisces. Alright. Seemed like a pretty good read, so I'm thinking that's good. Sometimes I do reads and they're a little rough. I have to give the information as it comes across, and I apologize if it comes across a little different than somebody would like. I always like to remind people these are general reads, so hopefully they resonate. If they don't, they don't. I know recently I had a different read, and there's a couple people who didn't like what I said and took things very personally, which I didn't realize. but they're general reads, and I just got to read the cards as they come across, and they might not be for you. So keep that in mind. So if it doesn't seem like it's hitting, maybe it's not for you. I know some people I've heard, like, at first it doesn't seem like it's for them, but then like a couple weeks down the line they see it start to play out. So you might want to maybe favorite it or put some type of reminder for yourself to rewatch it in a couple weeks to see if it had any validity, see if anything happened from it, anything you can use to your advantage, make your life a little easier. Alright, now let's do Pisces singles. Pisces singles. Pisces. That Queen of Swords kept popping up when I was shuffling, so I'm wondering what's going on with the Queen of Swords for the Pisces. I'm a Pisces, so and I'm single Pisces, that too. And I've been getting that in my personal reads too, so. No, I good to know with that. So, my fellow single Pisces, the cards are found, and the Let Go card falls out. That's fun. Alright, Let Go and Trust fell out. I'm just hoping I don't drop another one. Just because I don't want to be picking up cards this whole session, for the love of Pete. I'm seeing this is good. I don't know if this has anything to do with me, I'll be honest with you. I don't know if I've had any general reads for myself really connect for me, but others people's do. I don't usually read like this for myself, so who knows. Now, let's see where we're going with this. Single Pisces. You're determined. You've got the Emperor in your thoughts. This is where your thoughts are. You're the Emperor. You're the one who's very stable. You know what you want, and you're very broad picture looking right now. You're not just looking for like something to make your house better in the sense of like a relationship, somebody to date. You're looking at the broad picture, like where do I want to go in life? What type of person do I want supporting me to support? Like you're looking at the give and take. You seem to be in this mindset, and you're communicating that too, guys. You're standing in a very stable spot before. Guys, come on! We'll stop in a second, I'm sure. You're standing in a spot with the Four of Rods. I'm thinking they're going to stop. Hold on. Guys! Sorry about that. Alright, so luckily we just started singles, so we can get right back into this. Alright, so this I just explained. We can keep going from here. The Four of Rods. I feel like you've had this position of where you want to be for a while. You're not in the mood for just somebody who you can date. I don't feel like this is about somebody who you can just date. You're looking for somebody to set up a stable relationship with, to move on into the future. Guys! One moment. Okay. Sorry about that. Alright. So you're looking to do something that's stable here. You're looking for something long term. This is interesting because I keep getting these interruptions. It makes me wonder. Like the energy seems to be a little interesting here. Because I had to let go and I got the trust to come out before. So the Fool with the not the right time. Now this for your overall energy. I feel like you're kind of looking at the situation like what you want isn't around right now, but you have complete faith that sooner or later it will show up. It seems to be where you're headed. Now, what the base of it here is the Five of Rods, which is very reminiscent of my dogs right now barking their heads off every 5 seconds. Which makes me wonder if that's kind of what's going on. Like things are just kind of happening, side agitations that seem to be not really related, but seem to be setting your mood for what you're open to experiencing, or who you're open to consider. What are we doing? Is that no? Yes? No? What do we got going on here? You're conflicted. That's what this is. Alright, so if this reading is hitting with you, there's a conflicted point of view. And I feel like the conflict here is like being very optimistic that somehow you're going to find the one you're looking for, but you're not thinking that person's around right now. There's a conflict here. I feel like we're going to dig it out farther as we keep going. Because I am noticing in your environment you have the Three of Cups. Which means there's possibilities here. There's definitely possibilities here. But I'm feeling like something is deterring you. Something seems to be holding you back or pushing you away from what you really want. We have the Queen of Swords with the Three of Rods here. So it's almost like there's somebody or something. Is it somebody? I don't know. I feel like there's kind of like a complex thing going on here. I'm not sure if there's a person that's kind of getting you into this mood, or if it's like a situation you're dealing with. But the Queen of Swords, she's very blunt and she's very to the point. She's very analytical. She can also be a little bit, she can be a person that's been scorned in the past and remembers that and doesn't let go of it easily. And I feel like something from the past, like some bitter energy from the bitter energy, is that what I want to say? I feel like somebody might have done you wrong, or you might have had a couple things in the past that have done you wrong. And for some reason, these are weighing on your mind heavily. This is creating kind of like a little bitter feeling, not in the sense of like against somebody, but maybe a little bit more pessimistic about, what you want to get into. Maybe a little bit more scrutinizing about those around you. Even though these opportunities are here, you seem to think, I need to be a little bit more careful, because I don't want to end up with another fill in the blank. Whatever that was for you. Because in the past, I'm seeing in the past, you were very active in trying to get what you want. But then again, this feeling of conflict comes in. Like I feel like things have gone a little bit awry in the past. Thus, Spearfingle again. But something in the past, I feel like you're looking at it like you should be able to see something. You don't want to go through something again. You don't want to be attracted to or attracting a certain type of person. And you're seeing these possibilities, but you're just like, you know what? Yeah, I could get this one, or yes, I could do that, or yes, I have this possibility. But you're seeing like more of a long term with each possibility. Like, all right, I see this now, but I see it also going there. I don't want to be there. I see this one here too, but then I see that go in this other direction, and that's not really where I'm headed either. And maybe maybe in the past you were more optimistic that things could work out, or you just kind of jump in and see where it goes, and let fate have its way. But now you're kind of like, you know what? I'm not open to this, just let's see where it goes. I'm not open to even though I see some problems here, maybe they'll work themselves out, because I've learned the hard way that sometimes these little inklings I have before I get into something, or something I should have paid attention to a little bit more before I get into these situations. Alright. The thing is, I'm seeing like someone seems to be kind of pulling towards you. Which, when I'm seeing this Three of Rods with the Queen of Swords, I'm seeing like somebody's kind of pulling towards you. Usually I see the Three of Rods as movement, travel, leaving a situation, things like that. But in this situation, I feel like somebody's kind of coming towards you. But I also feel like you're not really... That energy I just explained is kind of how you're like, you know what? This person's coming towards me, but I'm seeing a lot of red flags. And the question is, are they actual red flags? Or are these things from the past that are just, like, they're weighing on you? Because you're just like, I've given people chances before, and I've gotten the burn under the stick for that. and you're like, I just don't see this moving forward in a way that I want it to. And you're kind of seeing long-term heartbreak is what I'm kind of feeling here. Like you're having a hard time trusting this person coming towards you. Something about them is like it's creating that Queen of Swords energy where you're just like, you know what? I don't know. I don't know if this is a good idea. Which the Emperor here in your mindset with the communicate clearly really makes me feel like you're trying to communicate it out to this person, like where you stand, because you're just like, I don't want to give you any false hope here or false ideas about what I'm thinking. And I feel like I almost feel like you're trying to deter them. You're trying to get them to move on without being mean, but you're just trying to like, I feel like you're kind of in this standing point where you're like, you know what, if I can deter them this easily, there wasn't much there to begin with. So you're kind of like balancing it out, like I don't really know if I want to be a part of this, but if, not for nothing, if I can deter them this easily, there really wasn't much there to be there to begin with, because I'm not being mean, I'm just being like, I'm not interested. So if it passes on that easily, it's probably for the best. It's a very interesting viewpoint, because I almost feel like you're a little conflicted, and again, I'm getting the conflict card here. Like I feel like you could be attracted to this person, but whatever you're seeing about this person, you're just like, this isn't a good idea. So you're trying to deter them. I almost feel like part of you, some of you are actually trying to deter yourself. By pushing this person off, you're trying to convince yourself you're also not interested, but part of you knows, like you look at them, you're like, well, they're attractive a little bit, or I do like it when they're around, but I don't think this is a good idea. So you're like, but that's all it is. There's no attraction. It's just, I just like them around. And you're just trying to push it off. Like, I feel like certain things are seeding in or trying to get in. Like, certain seeds of a relationship are trying to be planted here. And you're just kind of like, no, let me take that seed out of the ground and flick it across the road. Because I don't want this. I feel like you're trying to deter it as much as you can. But I am seeing in the future, the Page of Swords, with the no need to worry card here, which makes me really feel like this situation, whoever this person is coming towards you, they're not backing off. I do want to say this too, as they come towards you, and this is more in the now, and you're just kind of trying to deter them, I don't feel the offer of love here in the beginning. I feel like they're trying to gain interest. They're trying to gauge how you feel. They're trying to see what they think about you also. There's a little bit of diplomatic, polite conversation going on here. They're trying to get to know you a little bit better too. Even though you're trying to deter them, I feel like that's not really wavering them, but they're also trying to get a little deeper to find out who you are, how you feel, like how they feel about you. They have an initial attraction. They definitely do. But for some reason, even though you're trying to kind of push them back, I think I just said trying twice, but you're trying, and that's probably what I was going for. They don't seem daunted by it. They don't seem daunted at all. And in the future here, when you get the Page of Swords, I feel like they're still staying in contact. And you're starting to feel, I feel like the don't worry here is because you're starting to feel. You're starting to feel for them. Because they're still there. I don't feel like it's a really strong push, but they keep communicating. And you're starting to feel for them. And you're starting to wonder, do I really want to push this person away? Do I really rather see if they are interested? Like, and I feel like part of you, some of you anyway, are starting to question, like, maybe because I haven't really gotten any offer of love, maybe they weren't feeling about me like I originally thought they were. And I feel like there's a little bit of like, maybe they don't really have an interest in me. So it seems to go, where it's starting from here and where it's going in the near future, it seems a little confusing in the sense of like, you don't really want to be interested and you're trying to push somebody off, but then you're like, well, maybe they weren't interested to begin with. And maybe I do like them around more than I think. Maybe this can be a friendship. I'm not sure that's not. They're like, friendship didn't work. You're pushing somebody off, but you're reconsidering it after. And I feel like they're still there, but they're not giving you that offer of love, and you're starting to question, did they really have an interest to begin with? All right, so that's where we're going with that. Now, you have the Fool. You have the Not the Right Time. Now, the Not the Right Time is very interesting because I feel like we're playing at another level here because I feel like the other person's agreeing with you. It's not the right time. I don't know why, but they are. You're pushing them back. I feel like you're definitely pushing them back, but they're only trying to figure it out. It's almost like a scouting party. They're trying to understand who you are a little more. They're trying to see where you stand. They seem to be scouting. And I feel like at this point, and you might be aware of this, you're not the only one they're seeing or trying to see. Because I don't feel there's no offer of love here yet. So you might be like, well, that person's attached anyway, which might be one of the big reasons why you're like, nope, you already have somebody. I'm not second choice, and I'm not looking to create problems in somebody else's relationship. If you have to be with somebody else before, if you're going to be that person that's looking while you're already with somebody else, I don't want you. And I feel like that's how you're looking at it. If there's some of you are coming across that where somebody's already attached and you're just like, absolutely not. Nope. I'm not second choice, for one. And two, I'm not that person to give you a yes just so you can say no to someone else. No, not interested. But I also feel like they're not coming towards you fully. So there's no offer of love here yet. But they might be doing what you think they're doing. They're trying to see if there's any chance of something going on with you that they could create. And before they let go of what they already have, they want to see if there's possibilities somewhere else. I feel like, was this the third time or the fourth time I've gone through this section? I can't seem to move past this section. It's very interesting. Because the communication continues, and I feel like it's bothering you because one of two things. Either you're starting to reconsider and you'd like to be apart with them, or they're seeming to just not relent, and you're starting to really question, why do you keep coming towards me? Now, I think we're gonna move from this card now. We're gonna move from them to the future, finally. Because it's an interesting future. I feel like there's things here you don't know. This person who seems to be scouting you and interested and you're saying no to, I feel like you don't know hardly anything about them. What's really going on in their life, or what really, like they might be, for example, they may have a partner, but it might be one of those things where they've kind of already ended the relationship and they're just divvying things up and moving on and deciding how to move on. I feel like this is a lot might be what might be happening here. You're going to have to look a little deeper, of course, if it gets to that point for you. But I'm feeling like there's a lot of things you don't know about this person. This person keeps you talking, but they try to keep you talking about you. They want to know about you. They don't seem to be giving you information about them. And I feel like the questions you ask, somehow they weave them around, and it feels like you got an answer, but you really didn't get an answer. They're very diplomatic and polite about their answers. I'm getting some diplomacy here on their side. Like, they don't want to talk about too much. Certain things they're maybe a little embarrassed about or a little guarded about. And they're not. And I feel like you're very direct at this time, and there might be a little bit on the defensive about that anyway. So I feel like it's you the one who's communicating, and they're just kind of listening, and they're trying to see what's going on here. The reason I'm making this a point is because in your future you have these two cards. The Knight of Cups and the Nine of Rods. Now, these two cards together, one's an offer of love. That's somebody actively giving an offer of love. I'm feeling that's the other person. But I feel you're the Nine of Rods. You're meeting that with success. But the reason you're meeting this with success is because all of these rods make me feel like you're getting questions answered. Like you're finding things out that you did not know. And something about this moment, about this offer of love, it comes at the right time. I feel like there might be other connections to this person you didn't know, or something here that you didn't realize something was happening. You get a lot of questions answered and you feel a lot more comfortable, something changes. You get this card because when this is offered, you're comfortable with how it's offered. But you're not but I'm feeling you're not figuring out the answers until after. Like, because even in the future here, right after that first initial point, the Page of Swords or the Don't Worry, the Page of Swords usually is more of somebody who is following somebody else's orders. That's usually somebody who communicates, but at a limited level. And I feel like that's what's happening with this person coming towards you. They're very limited how they're communicating with you. But everything opens up at the end here. When the offer of love comes your way, your questions are answered. I also feel like when you're ready, when this happens, you're ready for that. Because if you look at, I didn't really mean to do it. I noticed I did it the first time. I just want to make sure I lined it up again the same way. The Nine of Rods, if you look at the Knight on that, is looking at the cup that the Knight of Cups is holding. Like, you are very happy with this. I feel like you're very happy with this offer of love. Questions are answered. Things are a lot better than you think. I feel like the whole thing here, up until that point, you're not getting answers, but you're not realizing you're not. I'm getting this other person is very diplomatic and is very good at maneuvering the conversation to appease you, yet not tell you things they don't want to tell you. Okay, so the long run, this is good. I feel like the whole point of this thing is, especially the way I was droning on for days about the same spot, the communication isn't what you want it to be, but I mean, you're not getting the full story, which is making it hard for you to make decisions, making it hard for you to know where you truly stand. Because in the beginning, you get certain answers and you feel like you know where you stand, but the information is very blotty and blotchy, and it's not complete. It's not complete at all, and there's not enough of it. And as you go forward, it's the same. It's like, I feel like the other person's still communicating, but they're not telling you things you need to know. And I almost feel like you might not be asking, because you're like, you know what? Maybe that's not my place to ask, because I said I didn't want to be a part of anything. I said I wasn't interested. So if I ask these questions, that might confuse the issue and make it look like I'm interested, and I don't want that. So I feel like part of this is you're not willing to ask certain questions, or you're moving on from certain things because you don't want it to look like you're interested when you're kind of standing in that position where you're like, I'm trying to push this off. And if I keep pushing this off, I don't want to be asking questions that looks like I'm interested. It's just going to make it harder to push this off. So let me just resist that. But then when this person does finally give their offer of love, they also give answers to questions. I feel like not only do you get answers to questions, but somehow there's proof to go along with it. There's answers and there's something to support it right behind it. So everything seems to go very well for you. It's just, I feel like it's very unexpected, but you're very happy to have it. Okay. Have I drawn on about this long enough? Okay. So, alright, I'm going to wrap this up here because otherwise I'm going to make this video like an hour-long video. So, hopefully this helped. The short of it is, you know what you want. The person coming at you, you don't think you want. You're not getting the answers you need, and you're not asking answers because you're thinking this is a bad choice. This person seems to linger on. Makes you a little nervous that you're starting to feel for them, but you shouldn't be communicating with them because you don't think they're a good match for you. But the end result is they do give you an offer of love, but with that offer of love, they also give you answers and stability, and you find out that what you're looking for is actually with this person. You just didn't think it was to begin with, and you didn't have enough information in the beginning to really realize who they are or what's going on with them to know how you exactly feel. You were just knee-jerk responding like, bad idea, and trying to move on. But in the long run, it is actually good for you. Okay. Thank you for watching. I'm going to wrap this up here. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, james4astral@gmail.com, james4astral@gmail.com. Thank you.